Welcome to the AlphaCars Service Center. We've got some interesting projects going on in the shop today, including this 1966 Ford Mustang convertible. There's also a couple of nice wagons in here. There's a Volvo wagon and also a Mercedes E-Class wagon, both getting some mechanical work completed. But we're going to focus on this beautiful Mustang today. Overall, it has some really nice work done to it. There's a lot of great parts and work that's been put into this vehicle. Even look at that Wilwood master cylinder there. And overall, it is very solid body-wise, but there was a good amount of floorboard rust. And that is the subject of the video today. We're doing floorboard replacements in this Mustang. So really these four main floorboards here, they're what we are replacing for the customer. I believe the customer started to do some of it, and then they decided to take it to the professional shop, AlphaCars, where we can do all of this fabrication work. And the original one in here now is the driver's one. And we've just started to remove it. You can see some cuts being done, and there is some of it that's just plain missing from the rust, and there's further rust damage in the front a bit there. And we've already been in the process of replacing things. So the other three are moving right along with the replacement panels, which we are having to trim and cut and manipulate, as you can see the nice hammer there, into shape. And to remove them, of course, there is just some cutting you need to do, but we also find all of the factory spot welds, as you'll see in this video clip. We are drilling out all the factory spot welds from the top and from the bottom, and then doing the cuts where we need to remove the factory floorboards. And there are some things like these spot welds here that have been drilled out. There are some things that were already on the vehicle when we received it, so you might be looking around and see some things that is not all what we did here. It's how we received the vehicle. But of course, all sorts of fun and exciting tools we get to use. You can see back here, there's even, it looks like a new top hydraulic system. Like I said, everywhere you look, there's been a lot of care put into this Mustang. They wanted it done right. They want it structurally sound, which is why they brought it here to AlphaCars. And lastly, we will take a look at the fabrication and welding table here. And once again, some more exciting tools that we get to use here. Fast forward another day, and the Mustang's up in the air. You can see more evidence of all this other work that has been done before we got the vehicle for the floor panel replacement. And check this out, all four of these panels are currently removed with the vehicle on the lift. It's not often you can see right up under the dash and looking at the pedals there. But once you have these panels removed, then that opens up more things like this chassis rail here with some of that rust damage. A lot of things hiding, just waiting to be seen once you get things cut out and start to grind things back and see where the usable metal is. And check this out. This is one of the original panels. You can see how we, as I've mentioned, done the partial cutting and partial drilling out all the spot welds, and just look at how ripped up some of this is. There's a lot of metal that ended up just kind of being missing, and there's a dust pile here of cutting wheel dust and rust. And we fast forward another day in the AlphaCars Service Center, and the rear floorboards here are on their way being fitted, tack welded in. And of course the surface around them was ground down and then had the proper, like a weld through primer applied there. And now the Mustang is moved off the lift, and we've got it on our alignment lift. And check this out, it has a seat in it. And check out the new floor panels. They're primed and ready to go. You can see the seam sealer on the edges, and they've been welded in sort of in a factory manner. so the structure will match the original ones, but you can see they fit pretty well and they're ready to be painted. And we did, before the seam sealer, we did use fluid film in the panel gaps. So any little gaps underneath the seam sealer in the sheet metal, between the original sheet metal and the new sheet metal, that does have some fluid film in there, which will help displace the oxygen and moisture, thereby preventing the rust. And yeah, overall turned out really nice. Of course, we had to work around, some pre-existing things because the car had been worked on and this sort of job had started before we received it. But if you need any sort of fabrication work like this on your classic or modern vehicle for that matter, including rust repair, contact our service department, 978-263-9000. This has been Ian reporting from our Boxborough Service Center, and I'll see you in the next video.